Hello everyone, good to see you. Alright, so today is the 11th of July 2020 on Saturday. So, yep. How are you everyone? So today is the Saturday, so I will talk about some psychology or money management related topic today. So, alright, so here is a couple of announcements. First of all, hold on. Alright, there you go. So, right now in Japan it's raining. Pretty much raining all day recently because it's a rainy season. So, and from next week I will be away from Tokyo. And from next week, I will be doing the live from hotel. So, you will see the background will be different. And but I still do the lives, and if not, then I will upload a video. So next week will be a little bit of a change of a schedule. So on Monday, I'm not gonna be able to run the Forex Tester 4 on Monday next week because I will be at the hotel, and I cannot do the live while running the Windows. So I'm on the Mac right now, but if I have to run the Forex Tester 4, I have to launch the Windows over the Mac. By using the Proverbs, and I cannot live stream. So, instead of running the Forex Tester 4, I think I will do some analysis, market analysis, and like I said yesterday, I will use the trading view because I won't have two screens. I only have one screen when I do the live from the hotel. So I think it's better to use the trading view and show you how I analyze the market also. So next week, I think I will be covering some of the pairs and also the stock markets as well, always like Nifty or other stock market in the US or Japan. I will talk about it, and you will see these lives next week. So, and recently I have been talking about my own profile. So except for Thursdays and Saturdays, later part of the live I talk about my own profile so that you get to know myself better. And also there is a second channel. So the link is also on the link below. So if you haven't come to this second channel yet, you can always welcome to come here. And from the second live channel, oops, hold on. To stop this one. So on this second channel, I do the lives recently because the subscriber became over 1,000 members. I can do the live from mobile. So when I trip away from Tokyo next week, I will run the video, do the live from the city, from the place where I will be next week. So so second channel is just for my casual talk. Sorry, I forgot to turn this lights on. There you go. So you can come to this second channel and just enjoy the contents also. Alright, so today is Saturday, so I will talk about some psychology, and afterwards will be a Ichimoku membership live. So the live, this one is going to be for about 50 minutes, and I will talk about forecast, the importance to focus on the net profit and equity. So after this, there will be a Ichimoku membership live, and this is a monthly subscription, and when you see the join button on the YouTube platform, that's where you can join. And there is lots of perks to join the Ichimoku. The main perks is that you get the Ichimoku Basic Master Book that I wrote, and this is based on these original books of Ichimoku. So if you want to be an expert, or if you want to be a Ichimoker, right, true Ichimoker, this is the community that you want to join, so that you get the book and you get the correct understanding and deep understanding about Ichimoku Kinko Hyo. And also there are membership lives every week, and also there is a Ichimoku Discord also. So and also I have a GTS Global Trading School where I teach my own techniques hands-on. So these are two main services that I do right now. along with this public YouTube live every day. So before starting anything, just a disclaimer, these contents and knowledge is based on my own experience, so when you take trades, please do at your own risk. So the topic for today is to focus on the net profit and equity. Okay, and I will talk about the importance to focus on net profit. Okay, not the gross profit, but net profit, and how you can apply this concept to your trades. So here we go. Alright, thank you for joining everyone. I can see your comments today. Vincent, Roy, Mr. Finantes, Brandon, Dinesh, Tausif, Theory, Angelina, Orania, Gimini, Kayon, Lucas, Anthony, Arkady, So, Arsul, thank you for joining everyone. And Asi, good to see you too. Alright, thank you for joining everyone. ASX200, sure, I can take a look at that one too. Yeah, please remind me when you join my live next week so that I can look it up on the TradingView. Yeah, and this is going to be exciting. Yeah, I will talk about some market that I don't know, which is quite exciting, and see if my strategy applies or not. And I will share my views about any market next week. Yeah, all right. Hi, Juan, thank you for joining as well. Good to see you. All right. Okay, so yeah, focus on net profit and equity. So the reason why it's important, and also the reason why you have to take the net profit, not the gross profit, but net profit is important, is a topic that I will be talking about today. So I just wanted to introduce one of my favorite Japanese proverbs first to start with. So we say bonji tettei, and this is in Japanese, 4 Chinese characters, bonji tettei, and this is the pronunciation here in Japanese. And bonji means simple tasks, okay, simple task, and tettei means thoroughly. So bonji tettei overall means do all the simple tasks properly, or simply do the right thing, right? So this is bonji tettei, and this is my philosophy and concept. Whenever I take trades or whatever I do in life, this is my concept right now. So for example, like I do the lives every day on YouTube, and the reason is also this bonji tettei, because I want to talk about many topics every day, and I like to share my ideas and thoughts and feels with everybody else like this on YouTube platform, and that's why I do this every day. And eventually I want to travel around 2 years, 1 or 2 years per time, and I want to travel around in the future. So that's my dream, and the starting point will be in Dubai first from Japan. But the point is that I used to create videos, and I used to create these contents and videos last year with some edited videos. But when I do these edited videos, there are basically 2 things that are not really pleasant for me. First was that the time. It takes time for me to create the script and record it and edit it and upload it. The whole thing takes a very long time. And especially, I'm not really used to how to edit the video, and I never recorded such a video in the past before. So everything took a long time for me to get used to it. And so to create one single video for about 10 minutes long, it was taking like 3 hours, 4 hours to create and upload 10-minute video only. So it took a long time, and also, so that's one of the cons, right? And also the second problem was that you only get to see the video for 10 minutes only. So the information for the 10 minutes is not that big amount. So, but I wanted to talk more. I want to talk more about my strategy, and also how I think about the market, how I look at the market, how I analyze it, how I capture the trend, how I take trades in stop loss, profit, take profit, everything. And So if I talk about some like a mental mindset or some kind of the things that are not related to the trading itself, the operation, I think it might be okay. But still, it takes time for me. So the duration will be relatively shorter. So instead of creating 10-minute video by taking 3 or 4 hours, I decided to do the live 1 hour without any editings. But still, I can interact with you like this on the chat. I see your chat, so I can see your. I don't see your face, but I can see your chat comments, so that it can be interactive. And that's my preference, and that's why I stopped creating stopped creating these videos from scratch. But instead, I switched it to edit my past lives and videos to present it in the future, so that it takes less time to edit it. And so this is one of the things that I make sure and I try to focus on whenever I do the lives or YouTube platform. So and also so this is a simple task or a very simple thing. I don't want to make it complex, but this is simple. I just do the lives every day, possibly every day. When it's fixed time, I do this every day at 6 p.m. JST. I do the lives every day. So that's the very simple tasks, but I just wanted to do it properly so that you can be consistent as well to learn some contents from my YouTube channel. So this is one of my Bonji Tettei thoughts here. So I think when you live your life, there must be some complex things in your life, or some like a difficult to manage or complex things in the world. But the things should be simple, and the things should be fixed and properly. So and how we can apply it in trading is the topic today. I just wanted to share my experience and thoughts about why I do this style every day. Yeah, because so that's my philosophy on the YouTube, but also I apply the same rule on whatever I do, including the Forex trading. So the importance of focusing on the net profit and equity. Let me talk about the importance of it. So this is kind of a famous like a illustration or a picture, but we want to take trades, or we want to live our lives with the money that's floating from the cup. So until the cup fills, you have to keep pouring it, and you have to keep saving the water. And for the rest of the water that's filled out, you take trades, or you use these money to invest to get return. So this part, so in this illustration, the part that's spinning out, spinning out is the net profit. What I mean by net profit, and the amount of the pouring water is the gross profit. Okay. So, but we don't want to use this. We don't want to use this profit or the money to live to invest our trades, because if you do it, then if the trading goes bad, then it might affect your life. So I've already talked about this topic before on the video. So if you haven't looked at it, watched it, I want you to watch that one also. But yeah, we want to use the money. So we want to use like two separate wallets. So one is to the money to live, and one is to the money to invest. So the money to invest should be the water that's coming out of the cup. So these parts. Okay, so these are called net profit, in my opinion. So we want to use the floating water, not the water in the cup, but floating out the water, you want to use it. Yeah, so sometimes people say that I rent some money. I get these messages too, like I rent some money from my brother, like I got like $1,000 from my brother and take trades, and what should I do? And first of all, I don't recommend you to borrow any money from someone else or some investments, banks, and securities. I don't recommend you to borrow some money to take trades, first of all, because that's not the money that's falling out, right? That's not the net profit. I mean, nothing will be left, but it's the debt, right? You don't want to take trades with the debt money. So, for example, like when you have a loan in your house or cars, that's a debt also. So if you are still loaning, or if you're still living the way you are living right now with the debt, some debt, then I recommend you to clean all the debts, or at least save some money for trading. Without touching that, you can live life. So yeah, and this is actually based on my own experience, because when I first went to Los Angeles, I saved money, but everything was gone very quickly. Like in about like 3 or 4 months, everything's gone. So I had to work in the US, and that was one of the biggest mistakes that I ever had, because I didn't have a skill to work in outside of Japan, and also it was a struggle for me too. So I decided to earn a skill to be able to live in the US when I go there next time. So I saved up $10,000 USD for about a year. I saved that money and I went to the US first. But that money was actually the floating part on this part, but it's gone. It actually went gone like in about 3 or 4 months. So after that, I used to be a Japanese teacher. I was a tutor of Japanese, and I was teaching Japanese privately too. And but eventually, so I earned some money in the US, but eventually it just gone, right? Just gone, and I didn't have any money. The only money that I had that's left in my pocket was to go back to Japan. So yeah, I had to go back to Japan. I saved up money again. I worked 1 year when I was I think it was 22 or 3. Yeah, I went back to Japan, and yeah, I saved money. And not only saving money, but also I got the certificate to teach Japanese. So I'm a qualified Japanese teacher who can teach Japanese officially outside of Japan. So I got that certificate, and I went to the US again to finish my school. So, and that certificate really helped a lot. So I think that was a very good investment, because I was teaching Japanese, and also I had a class of a private Japanese class in the US, and also I was working at one of the universities and also one of the private schools too. So, and yeah, it actually made me survive when I was the student in the US. So yeah, so if you don't have a skill to save money or to make money, first of all, you have to have it first. But once you have it, once you have like fixed profit or fixed income, monthly or yearly, then you want to put some aside, and take trades with that. So yeah, so there are essentially 2 ways. In my opinion, there are essentially 2 ways to grow the net profit. So once again, I'm not talking about the gross profit overall, like a monthly or yearly overall profit, but the net profit. So net profit is simply like that profit without any taxes or without any expenses. The pure profit is the net profit, and there are 2 ways. essentially to grow the net profit. And I will start to talk about the Forex trading now and money management strategy here. So let me ask you a question here. If you happen to be in the PC or if you happen to be on the mobile, please type your answer. What will be the 2 ways to grow the net profit? Let me just wait for your answer a couple of minutes here because this is live and it's always nice to see hear people's comments here. So all right, let's see. Hi Prashant, thank you for joining. And let's see, Kayon. Oh, thank you for a reminder. If you liked today's live already, please press a good button before you leave. That'd be great. All right. Hi Stargazer, thank you for joining. All right, and Keno, Roy, good to see you. Atul Sitaram, thank you for joining. And Asi, Thanapol, and Andri, thank you for joining. Yeah, 16.4K, sure, it's coming soon. Yep, thank you for your support as always. Hi Jagadish, Jeroen, all right, good to see you. Do you still meditate every morning before checking out the charts? Is it hard to think of nothing? Yeah, I do. It's a routine. It's my morning routine. So just 5 minutes, I just close my eyes after I wake up and meditate. Yeah. And yeah, it's hard. I mean, you cannot really think of, you cannot think nothing. I mean, I think something when I'm doing the meditation, but I can monitor myself that way. Sometimes I keep thinking about one thing while meditating in the morning, and then I know that that's the main topic to resolve or to think about on that day. So meditation is actually a conversation to myself. So I think about things while I'm meditating. Sometimes I empty my mind, but sometimes I talk to myself. And it's okay. I think it's okay. Yeah, Robert, good to see you. Asan, thank you for joining from India. All right, Christian, thank you for joining. All right. Munalula, thank you for joining. All right, Brandon, money management, sure. Lakshai, all right, thank you for joining. Risk management, sure. Minimize expenses. Risk management. Apply for the higher earning job, okay? So here I'm talking about the Forex. I'm talking about the Forex now. So when you take trades, right? When you take trades and when you grow profit, when you grow the net profit, what will be the 2 ways to make more profit in Forex or any tradings like stocks or cryptocurrencies? And risk management, yeah, it's important. All right, apply for a higher earning job. All right, how to keep emotions when always profit or always loss. Yeah, there are profits and losses, so you have to admit the fact that there are profits and losses first of all. Investment that have positive yield in the long term. All right. Yeah, positive yield in the long term will be very important too. But what if you take trades by your own? Money management discipline, sure. Interest, okay. I know only 2 ways to grow profit is B with K, sure. All right. Yeah, you can keep watching my video, and not only just watching the video, but try to apply it in your day-to-day analysis and trades. Good morning. All right, Stavros, thank you for joining. All right, and Sakid, good to see you. Latesh, thank you for joining as well. All right, Lucas, cut loss by half when I got drawdown and used percent method money management when I got winning trades. All right. Hi, thank you for joining. All right. I see the Chinese character, but I cannot pronounce it. So yeah, but thank you for joining. Cut loss short and hold winning trades as long as possible. Yeah, that's one. Or pinpoint the best entry and increase RR. Yeah, risk to reward. That's true. It's getting closer now. Yeah. Trade psychology, having a trading plan. Sure. Trading plan is for sure, it's important. focus on the risk-reward ratio and money management. Yep, risk-reward ratio is important also. Yep, so we're getting close now. Yeah, we're getting close. Mr. K, let me know forex trading good long time or short time in your recommend. I take trades day trade swing, but overall I think this is still in the short term. When I start to invest my money on stocks in real estate properties, most likely I will be keep holding it for a couple of years. So yeah, forex will be good for short-term trades because it goes up and down, and you can earn money by buying and selling it. Learning how to growing, sure. Hey Mac, thank you for joining. All right, within acceptable risk, sure. Risk management is the key. Protect your account, profit, sure. Protect the profit is very important too. Yeah. So yeah, let me give you one of the ways to grow the net profit for today's topic. So one is by increasing the max profit. So when you increase the max profit, then it will grow the net profit as a whole. So that's one. And the other one will be by cutting costs. Okay, by cutting costs. So for example, like a short stop loss and wider narrow spread. So by cutting costs, you can also grow the net profit as a whole. Okay, and in my opinion, right, this is my opinion, but based on my logic, which one of these ways is important is actually the second one. The cutting cost is more important for me because I run profit, right? I run profit. Sometimes, I buy here or buy sell here, and the price goes upwards, downwards towards my direction, and in that case, I increase the profit and I can maximize the profit as much as possible. But at the same time, I run some losses too. Sometimes the price goes against my direction and it goes towards the stop loss. So whether the market goes up or downwards, whether the market goes towards your direction or against your direction, which one of these is more important, in my opinion, is the cutting costs, right? Cutting costs. So we take trades. Whenever you take a position, that's when you put your money into the market, and you keep watching the market, and you exit at some point for sure. So, and there's a cost, right? There's a cost for it. Cost means like the spread or the stop losses. So, stop losses are actually the costs, and by cutting costs, you can increase the net profit as a whole. Okay, so how to cut the cost then is by putting less stop loss pips. Now stop loss pips should be as tight as possible, and that will cost on each trade. That will decrease the cost on each trade. And also if you go for a smaller lot sizing, then that will also decrease the costs on each trade. Does that make sense? And in contrast, if you want to increase the maximum profit even more and more, then you can take profit in wider target, and also you can go for a bigger lot sizing to make it to maximize the profit as much as possible. So so basically speaking, this one first point here is the profit, the reward. This is a reward, and this is the risk management. Okay, so and which one is more important is actually both are important, but I just wanted to mention this one, but most of the traders are focusing on how to increase the max profit. I mean, how to go for bigger lot sizing and how to extend the target as much as possible. But at the same time, in reality, there are costs also. Every time you take trades, there are costs, spreads, and stop losses. So we have to think about like two ways here. So it's either extend the profit as much as possible by the target, by the wider target, and also by going for bigger lot sizing. And also we have to focus on to put the less stop loss pips and also go for smaller lot sizing. And so these are like the wheels of the cars. So both are equally important. And that's something that I want to tell you today. And and this is essentially why I analyze the chart multiple time frames, because when I take a trade, for example, when it's an uptrend in the bigger time frame, like a daily chart, then I look down the smaller time frames and take trades in smaller time frames only. And whenever it goes backwards, I exit with a break even, or I exit. Sometimes I exit even before the price hits a stop loss. I just exit it. So my exit timing is very fast and quick, and that's because I want to cut the costs. Every time I take trades, I want to cut costs. Okay, so and this is, so like I said originally, like in YouTube, this is my philosophy too. I want cut the costs to do these lives every day. And that's why, first of all, I chose a platform called YouTube here, because this is for free. And next, it's easier, right? It's easier for me to reach many people in terms of like what I want to say to everybody. And if I want to connect with everybody, YouTube is the very easier way. I mean, the more simple way to reach everybody. And also, speaking of the costs, I do all these by myself, basically by myself. So yeah, so for example, I don't ask anybody else to create these thumbnails. All these are done by myself. This is becoming easy. So I could have asked someone, like some company, to create the nice and cool looking thumbnail, or nice and cool looking like videos, right? I could have maybe created these, but I don't do that because I think that's a cost. That's a cost. And also, I never put money on ads, right? I never put my money on advertisements either on the YouTube. So because I think that's a cost, right? That's a cost. So I'm cutting costs while doing these lives every day. So this is, everything's free. Right, everything's free. But now my account is growing over 16K now on this YouTube account. So I'm running profit now, right? Basically, I'm running profit, but because there's no cost here on the YouTube, as I keep doing it, I can grow the number of the subscribers and also the number of viewers, and I can deliver the message to more and more people, more traders here. Through this YouTube platform. So yeah, so this is how I think about the costs, and it's the same in trading also. So I never ask someone to manage my own website. All this website actually is created by myself only. So yeah, or recently, yeah, I changed the I changed the cover page recently. So if you come to home now, here's a cover, and below here, these are thumbnails also created by me. And I just put these, and if you click one of these, then it can direct you to the playlist. So on YouTube, I don't see the money management playlist or the mental techniques playlist. So I just put these here, and I put the link. So when you click on this, then it will direct you to to the videos playlist. And also there is a monthly live program guide here. That's also on the front page now. And also there are a couple of other videos and contents too. So, and yeah, all these are actually done by myself. I never asked someone to create this website. So here is no cost, right? Again, this is no cost. I just pay for the server, and that's about it. In domain, that's about it. So, and same rule applies to the trading. And this is a way I take trades. Every time I take trades, I calculate the cost per trade. I want to minimize the cost as much as possible, and that's why I prefer to put the stop loss as tight as possible. And whenever it goes backwards, I want to cut the loss, because if I keep running the losses, then I cannot run the profit. Or even if I have a big profit 1 or 2 times per trade, then but overall in a monthly chart or monthly or yearly performance, my net profit won't be so much. So yeah, and that's why I look at the chart multiple time frames, so that I can capture the exact trading edges to buy or sell. So, and I want you to do the same too. I want you to start focusing on how to cut the costs every time you take trades. Right? You can talk about target, but you can think about how to minimize the stop loss as much as possible. And it can also lead you to grow your net profit as a whole. Okay, yeah, cutting loss fast is very important. Yeah, that's true. Look for long term with profit monthly of 10%. Sure. Invest in trades with minimum risk and have trade plan. Right, trade plan is also important. That's right. You have to be disciplined with your system and leave emotions aside. Yep. Also avoid overnight swaps. Sure. Yep. Swaps are it depends on the brokers. So yeah, you want to look at the swaps and spreads. Hi Zoltan, thank you for joining. Good to see you. According to risk management, the quantity lot sizing is fixed. So less stop loss is the key. Yeah, less stop loss is the key. That's true. But if you put the tight stop loss, then the probability for cutting losses might be a little bit higher, because it's tight stop loss, and you might get stopped out over time. But so here comes the risk management strategy. You can focus on the risk per trade, and also the drawdown. It should be 2%. In my rule, the drawdown, the max drawdown per month or per year should be 2% max. Yeah, so when it's like a regular trend, then I usually take 2% risk per trade and take positions. And when it's the range, I usually take 1% risk or 0.5% risk sometimes. And when it's a strong uptrend or downtrend, then I go for even 3% or 4% of my capital. So I control the risk per trade also, depending on the market condition. And this skill is also important. But everything is about the cost. I think about the cost. How much does it cost per trade? How much money I put this one to the stop loss, and which amount of profit or which amount of target I expect is a question every time I take positions. And because I don't like the costs, I cut losses very quickly. But to do that, I have to look at multiple time frames and take trades in smaller time frames. And that's the key. And that's the backbone of this KTS strategy. K trading strategy is the backbone on this concept. All right. But bigger lot sizing have a risk of blowing up account. So you have to know where to put the stop loss. Even if you go for a bigger lot sizing, If you put a stop loss where it should be 2% risk, then it should be okay. So in other words, if the stop loss can be tighter and tighter, then you can go for a bigger lot sizing, but still taking trades with the same risk, 2% or 1%. So that's what I mean by the lot sizing. Either you go for bigger lot sizing or small lot sizing. Depends on the distance to the stop loss. Yeah, I hope it makes sense to everyone today. I try to think about my own strategy and try to connect my concept to my daily life and also to this YouTube also, because this is for anything that I do in life. So I don't want to put money on something that costs a lot for me. And if I don't see the return, if I cannot see the return, then I don't go for it. Yeah, that's why it's only 2%. Yeah, that's true, max. And I change the lot sizing according to how much I have. Meaning quickly blowing at the account if it goes wrong way. No, it doesn't. It doesn't mean that. Okay, Jerry, you have to go. Alright? Alright. Yeah, I will see you again. Alright, stay gold. Alright. Do you make a record of every trade you take? Yes, I do. I take record manually on Excel sheet. But with tighter stop loss, doesn't mean that the probability to hit your stop loss higher. It does. Yeah, so if you put the tighter stop loss, then the probability for the price to hit that stop loss can be very higher. Yeah, so that's why you have to put the stop loss where it's reasonable. And that's what I've been showing to you on this KTS playlist. Have you ever lost a trade by 4%? Yeah, 10% I have. Yeah, for the first 1 year or 2 years, I was running some losses and I blew up account one time. And at the next account, I decreased it to like 50%. So yeah, at that time, I was risking like 10% or more than 10% maybe per trade. But now only 2. Now only 2% maximum. Okay, so finally, what is a way to grow the net profit? Yeah, so two things, alright, two things. By increasing the max profit and also by cutting the costs. Okay, two things are important. That's what I want to say today. And also, you better focus on how to cut the costs per trade. Yeah, so like I said, right, in the beginning, so Bonji Tette is my favorite Japanese proverbs. So do all the simple tasks properly and thoroughly is the key to success on anything. So these small things, but these are very important. So if you keep this rule, this seems to be very simple tasks, but you know, tight stop loss will be very simple task. But if you master it, then it can, and if you do it properly and thoroughly, then you can increase the net profit and equity over time. Alright, and yeah, how much pips for a good stop loss depends on the market. Yeah, but it should be 2%. Every time you take trades, it should be 2%. Focus on protection capital with stop loss, sure. So yeah, stop loss is like a seatbelt for me. So it's like a seatbelt. Whenever it goes up and downwards, if I have a stop loss, then I can limit the risk 2% over there. So stop loss is like the seatbelt for me. And yeah, but it doesn't mean that I keep holding the position until the price hits a stop loss. Usually, I exit even before the price hits a stop loss. Alright. What was the first deposit you made in Forex? That was $10,000 was my first deposit, and I blew up an account, that one. And another 10,000, I blew up, I cut that in half. Yeah. Okay. What's the meaning of thoroughly? That's a good question. Yeah, thoroughly means steadily, or with a discipline. Do you have any recommendation for small account? If you have like a $1,000 account, then you have to choose the broker with a less spread. Yeah. And that money should be not for your living money. And you shouldn't borrow somebody's money to take trades, for sure. The money to take trades should be the money out from this cup. Yeah, bonji tete, alright? Yeah. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed today's live. So I will be ending the live anytime soon. So like I said in the beginning, next week I will be away from the Tokyo. So I will be doing the live from the laptop. I mean, I will be doing the live streams from the hotel. So tomorrow on Sunday, I will be in Tokyo. But from Monday onwards, for whole week, next week, Monday until Friday, I will be outside of Tokyo. So yeah, I will use a training view and look at some stock markets. So tomorrow I will see you from Tokyo, but from Monday I will see you from a different city called Nagasaki City. Okay, so thank you for joining everyone. If you liked today's live, please press a good button. And if you haven't subscribed, please do, so that you get notified as I do these lives every day. If not, I upload a video instead. Okay, so that you can study every day from my channel. And for those members, Ichimoku members, I will see you on the membership live shortly. Alright, so everyone, thank you, and stay gold. Have a great weekend. Bye for now. Mata ne. Thank you.